News of Jake Paul's arrest broke early this week, with reports confirming that the FBI had raided his properties and seized evidence of financial fraud, match fixing, and even ties to underground gambling rings.
Paul just got Netflix sued. People got a big problem with this stream cut now.
At the center of the scandal is Jake's controversial career in boxing, a career that many have accused of being a series of scripted matches designed to boost his image while defrauding fans.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson now have been suspended from boxing after controversial fight in Texas.
But this isn't just about Jake's fights. The FBI's investigation has uncovered evidence of offshore accounts, money laundering schemes, and crypto scams that go far beyond the ring. Jake Paul's foray into boxing was never about earning respect in the sport. From the start, it was a spectacle, a way to monetize his massive following and sell pay per views.
When you stayed home and you turned on Netflix that night, we were like, holy I'm about to see the greatest live sporting event of all time.
The Anderson Gibb dive. In 2020, Jake faced YouTuber Anderson Gibb in a fight that ended suspiciously fast, with rumors swirling that Gibb had been paid to take a dive. Allegedly, a $500,000 bonus was funneled to Gibb's account, all to make Jake look like a rising boxing star. The Ben Askren debacle. This 2021 fight saw a retired MMA fighter fold after taking a weak punch. Whispers of bribery grew louder, with claims that Askren was paid off to inflate Jake's record.
The whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab.
But the final straw came with Jake's supposed fight of the century against Mike Tyson, a match that was exposed as completely scripted.
Like I said, I don't like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul!
Mike's
He
hurt.
wobbled
Mike is
Tyson.
hurt. Mike's hurt.
A leaked script detailed every move, from Tyson pulling his punches to Jake being choreographed as the victor. Fans, who had shelled out millions for pay-per-views, were furious, and the lawsuits began piling up. The repercussions of Jake's boxing fraud are massive. Netflix lawsuit. As the platform that streamed the Tyson-Paul fight, Netflix is now facing a class action lawsuit from fans who claim they were defrauded by false advertising. The streaming service promised a historic boxing event, but delivered a scripted charade.
At the end of the day, Jake Paul's fans got screwed while he got rich. But I guess anything to get that bag, right? We'll see how that excuse holds up in court.
Mike Tyson's legacy. Tarnished. Once revered as the baddest man on the planet, Tyson now finds himself entangled in this scandal. Allegedly paid $20 million to throw the fight, his reputation as a boxing legend is under fire. For Jake, this isn't just bad press, it's a financial and legal disaster. Fans are demanding refunds, sponsors are pulling out, and the FBI has seized hard drives containing damning evidence of financial crimes.
Somewhere in between these two extremes. He's not as dumb as you guys probably think he is, but he's also not as smart as he thinks he is. So, even though Jake Paul is going to try to hide his various crypto accounts, Jake Paul got paid 39.9 Ethereum for the Sacred Devils promotional scam, which you can see right here. It's worth $139,000, which puts him on the board, which later linked up with a huge ring of NFT scammers we busted, actually.
Jake Paul's criminal history goes far beyond boxing. Let's look at his other schemes that have left fans and collaborators feeling betrayed. The financial freedom movement. During the pandemic, Jake launched a program promising to make kids millionaires. For a hefty fee, subscribers received plagiarized business tips and generic internet guides, while Jake pocketed $2 million in just 3 months. Crypto scandals. Jake was heavily involved in pump-and-dump schemes with tokens like SafeMoon and Dogecoin. He hyped these cryptocurrencies to his fans, secretly owned a majority stake, and then dumped his holdings, leaving investors broke while walking away with millions. NFT fraud. Jake's NFT project promised exclusive rewards, but turned out to be a $4 million cash grab, with many fans never receiving the promised content. Jake Paul's rise in the boxing world was never about athletic prowess, it was about exploiting a new market. By targeting his massive online following, Jake managed to turn influencer boxing into a multi-million-dollar industry. But at what cost? Critics argue that Jake's antics have tarnished the sport's credibility, turning boxing into a circus of staged matches and viral stunts.
28-year-old kid who, used to be a YouTuber, and he's worked hard to learn boxing. He really has. He's come along, but really, he's still not of that level.
Carl Froch, a retired super middleweight champion, called Jake's career a disgrace to boxing, adding, "He's not a boxer. He's a scam artist in gloves." Even diehard fans are starting to see through the facade, with many demanding a return to genuine competition and accountability in the sport. The FBI's investigation into Jake Paul has uncovered a staggering web of criminal activity, including offshore accounts. Evidence shows Jake funneled millions into offshore accounts to avoid taxes and hide illicit earnings.
Is publicly tagged on OpenSea as the problem child, which is one of Jake's favorite names for himself. So this is kind of promising, right? You've got this wallet receiving $200,000 in SafeMoon, and then it sending that money over to something called the problem child on OpenSea.
Underground gambling rings, Jake's early bare-knuckle fights in Los Angeles, allegedly served as fronts for illegal betting operations, with wagers reaching $1 million per match. Cartel ties, shady training camps in Mexico have raised questions about Jake's connections to banned substances and drug smuggling rings. One FBI agent described Jake as a walking, talking crime syndicate, with his scams costing fans over $200 million.